Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Daniel Cairns and I'm the Head of Enrolments here at 4th Rev. It gives me great pleasure to welcome so many of you already to today's webinar, and I'm very much looking forward to both providing you a great insight into the support that you may receive during the Data Science with Machine Learning and AI Career Accelerator, but also introducing you to some of the people that will provide that as well. It's an exclusive webinar produced in partnership with Cambridge ICE, giving you direct access to those supports that I mentioned from both a career coach's perspective, a success manager, and also the Cambridge academic expertise as well. So whether you're looking to change your career into data science, whether you're looking to advance your existing role with new skills, we're here to help out, help you gain the confidence, clarity, and direction. So it is about you. You've made a great decision to attend and inform yourself today. So continue that theme of commitment to yourself. I ask you to put your questions for the panel in the Q&A function. We're certainly going to use the chat function for introductions and some assets that you'll find very, very beneficial throughout the session. But if you've got specific questions, I'll be managing the Q&A box, the Q&A function there. So please pop your questions in there and I'll direct them to the relevant guest, and certainly make myself available as much as I can, even post the session, should there be an influx of specific questions about the program. Well done, first of all. So let's just move on. I'll just give you a brief overview as to what today's session will cover. We'll learn a little bit about the current data science industry demand and the career potential. We'll learn what makes the Career Accelerator unique, from practical projects, structured and practical learning, along with the real career outcomes, and how the Career Accelerator support network can help you unlock your data science goals. That's what it's all about. Just a reminder, when the session will be recorded, so if you've got a pressing appointment or something, you will get the recording as a follow-up email to the session as well. But more so, it's more important that I stop talking and introduce an amazing panel that are here to inform you much more than I can today. I'd love to welcome Dr. Ali Al-Shabazz from Cambridge, Tracy Schuff from 4th Rev, and Kazi along the lead student success manager from 4th Rev as well. Welcome all. It's great to see you as always. Many of you have participated in these types of events before, but what I'll ask first is if we can give an introduction for the audience, and I'll start with Kazi. Actually, this time you're on my top left.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the session. Thank you so much for your time this afternoon. My name is Kazi Jonas. I'm a lead success manager in the program. And essentially what I usually say in a nutshell, the role is to be your campus as you walk around the program and experience the program. So we are here to support you, to answer any questions you may have. You will meet a great deal of people, so you may not be sure perhaps where to direct questions to. We are the people that are here to ensure that you are able to get the access and the information that you need. And one of our most important priorities as well in the program is your experience in the program. So there's learning, but there's also having a good experience. And that is what we are here to ensure you do receive. Thank you so much, Daniel.
Thank you, Kazi. And that's a great overview of the support that the Success Manager provides, but we'll also dive a little deeper into that as well. Tracy, I'd love you to introduce yourself to the vast audience that we have in attendance today.
Thanks, Daniel. Hi, everyone. My name is Tracy Schuff. I'm a career coach here at 4th Rev, and I work with learners on a one-to-one basis, supporting them throughout the Accelerator and beyond to help them understand their career goals, give them the confidence and clarity so that they can go on to achieve those career goals, whether it's a career change or whether it's an internal promotion or starting their own business. And I'm there to help support all the way through. Thank you.
It's part of what makes the Career Accelerator model so unique, and we look forward to certainly demonstrating that for the audience furthermore. Dr. Ali, welcome once again. We much appreciate your time and attendance today. Welcome.
Thank you, DC. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Ali Shahbaz. I'm academic director for digital skills courses, and one of them is the data science, this course, Career Accelerator, at the Institute of Continuing Education, the University of Cambridge. Alongside my other colleagues working with this course, they are in charge with the 4 courses. So there will be 4 academics will deliver the, and you're going to meet them on weekly basis. They deliver. I'm working with them to deliver this course as well. So also, one of the things which I am in charge is to meet your student learner rep. There will be a committee of learning rep, so we're gonna talk to you on a weekly basis, or twice a month, to discuss that. Also, by the end of the course, when you apply for job, I'm happy to provide people who's going to apply for job with a reference, and wish all the best. You made the right decision to join this seminar, and looking forward to be in the course. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ali. That's very, very kind. And in your background, we can see Mattingly Hall there, and learners, if possible or if able, will also get the opportunity of networking and celebration events at Mattingly Hall in Cambridge, which I was very lucky enough to visit recently and was inspired more so. Just to look at the landscape quickly, as I'm sure many of you are aware, but data science is one of the fastest growing fields, really. Companies across most industries, but specifically technology, finance and healthcare, government digital transformation, are all seeking data professionals who can harness data insights, not just so much the technical, but the business application and value of the technical to drive decision-making within business, and even use predictive models and the like. As you can see, there's been 10x job growth as a national average across all occupation. There's huge demand, with 82% of companies needing machine learning expertise, with only about 12% satisfied with the talent pool. That is telling, and it is part of the reason, I'll explain on the next slide in a moment, why we took a very different approach to the design element of the content. And there's attractive salaries at all different levels, be it entry or more advanced as well. So industry's telling us there is demand for more people, but there's industry also very specific around the skills that they want and need as well. The actual Career Accelerator will enable you to satisfy those employer requirements in a number of ways. First and foremost, it was a true co-design process between the Institute of Continuing Education at Cambridge and employers. It was a collaboration enabling us to all understand what it was that our employers are seeking. And as I mentioned, one of the frustrations that they had were they were getting graduates or applicants with the technical knowledge, but they're needing more. They're needing the soft skills, they're needing the business application of those technical skills to ensure that there's the relevance, but also the value for business. Our program blends both the academic rigor with practical learning. You'll gain hands-on skills, build a professional portfolio of submissions. So all throughout the program, instead of examinations, there is actually the opportunity of developing a portfolio through mini and major project submissions. And you collaborate with leading organisations such as our employer partners, the likes of the Bank of England, on a real-world project. It's a 7-month program. It is rigorous. It is around 20 hours per week, but you've got that dedicated support team to help you through that we'll certainly learn more about today. The session will highlight the support structure that makes balancing learning and life achievable, and that's what it's all about. So just a reminder, please pop your questions for the panel in the Q&A function, and we'll and certainly feel free to vote them up or the like, and we'll get to them. Course 1 runs for 6 weeks, and there is the opportunity of taking a week of reflection thereafter, which is important for learners to, I won't say decompress, but we'll say take stock of the learning outcomes and so forth to ensure that sinks in. Course 1 is applying statistics and core data science techniques in business. You can see even in the title of the course, it's business focused. So then you'll start course 2, which is solving business problems with supervised learning. Course 3, applying advanced data science techniques, before course 4, the future of data science with generative AI, ChatGPT and the like, alongside your industry project. To touch on the industry project very, very quickly, yourself along with 4 or 5 other high caliber learners will be formed as a team. You'll meet with one of our employer partners, and we're bringing on new employer partners all the time. They will present to you a real data-related scenario or challenge that they experience within their business. And as a team, through the practical application of learning from your first 4 courses undertaken, we'll come up with innovative and tangible solutions to that scenario, presenting your recommendations back to the likes of Bank of England in a consultancy style presentation at the end, of which the benefits are numerous. Firstly, as I said, it's practical application of your learning in a real world setting. It is brilliant for networking, equally as importantly with your diverse peer group, as it is the leaders of industry who you'll be in contact with. And lastly, it is a much more powerful demonstration of your value to a prospective employer to relay that real world experience and that application of learning than it would be to recite an exam result we feel and our alumni certainly benefit from. I'm going to give you a lot more information regarding successful application processes, payment plans that are available and the like shortly or toward the end, but feel free to drop any questions that you may have in the chat as well. But I think we would love to hear more from our panel first. There's a real focus within the program and even following, as 4th Rev's true North Star metric is our career outcomes, and we love to celebrate career outcomes, and we do everything that we can to generate and support you achieving your career outcome, be that with the supports that you'll hear from today and even options of extending some of those supports post completion of the program. Our learners love to share their stories as well, as Sheldon has, where he has achieved amazing things with a significant salary increase, and there will be an opportunity to read Sheldon's full article and review as well. And he has actually spoken to some learners about his experience, as many others have as well. I'm going to get to some questions before I get to the audience questions. I'm going to get to the questions for the panel first. So on the next slide, I'd love to know from Kazi, I guess, first, what does real-time support network look like in practice, and how does it help learners stay on track?
Thank you so much, Daniel. I think, first of all, what is important, because of the side that is asynchronous in the program, support is very crucial to us to ensure that everybody has the opportunity to stay on track. We've got learners that come from different backgrounds, some have demanding jobs and so forth. So we want to ensure, as you said, that balance of life and learning. So your support structure, first of all, are people that you know by name. So you will know your success managers, you will know your career coaches, you will have met your tutors and mentors as well. So these are the people that are working together as a team to ensure that we support the entirety of the cohort. But there are those cases as well where you need that bit of individualized support, because we've got different life circumstances. So these are the people that you are able to reach out to. We usually use Gmeet video calls to ensure that we, have that connection. So we have meetings with you. We've got one-to-ones should you need them. We've got group sessions as well, just to ensure that everybody stays on track. So whenever you need to reach somebody, it is somebody that you will have met before, and you are able to address them accordingly based on the situation that you are needing support in.
That's fantastic. And it's so important with online learning as well, to have that support network behind you as well. The program, as I said earlier, is roughly 20 hours per week, and it is delivered with a blend of synchronous and asynchronous learning. Synchronous meaning there are live sessions. We'll touch on them with Dr. Ali in a moment, but asynchronous meaning learners can choose. What the program promises, obviously structured but flexible learning. What does that look like in terms of deadline support and pacing?
Thank you for that, Daniel. Once again, as you say, there is a bit of structure in the program, as much as there's quite a significant amount of the asynchronous learning side. There is structure in that we've got deadlines, as you've mentioned, so our projects need to be in on specific dates. We also have set times for our live sessions to connect with our tutor and get some guidance on the work that we are doing. But once again, there's that side of flexibility, because we do acknowledge that we've got, people that are coming in from different backgrounds with different demands in their personal lives and in their careers. Therefore, we've got that flexibility in that you then design for the remainder of the week, the 20 hours that you speak of, how you are going to be spreading it out in the week. We know sometimes as well, there might be concerns about time management, for example. So what you can do is you can connect with your success manager as well. If you need somebody that can just assist you and support you in mapping out your journey to ensure that you are feeling comfortable, whether you've got the accommodation, you've got the time, or assist you in finding the time in your week. I know sometimes we think we don't have the time, but the minute we work with somebody somewhere in between, we find that time, we find those hours, and you get, more information about what support is there for you. And to encourage as well, we do know, especially, in our careers, there are times in our workspaces that are more intense than others. If we keep that open communication, we've got that flexibility that allows for that support. Should you find yourself in situations where you're feeling you are not able to commit to the program as much as you can, we support you in assisting you to check what else can we do, what can we do to ensure that you are still making a success of the program. So that's what we have in that. And, as I say, Daniel, as well, we do have different options for these seasons in our lives. And I do encourage, there are things that will affect us as a group, but there are things that will affect us individually as well, to look out for those things and reach out to us, and we'll definitely direct you to the person that can support you with those.
Isn't that great? And there's commitment, obviously, as you've said, there's some sacrifice to make, but the rewards are more than worth it when looking to advance or change one's career in the time frame that it provides, with the support that you've mentioned. Dr. Ali, Kazi mentioned also the live sessions. What role does the tutor play in helping learners grasp the complex technical concepts and overcome learning challenges that may be experienced?
Thank you very much, DC. Actually, the course being designed that there are some online materials and release the materials to the student at a certain point during the week. And the expectation that the learner, they read this, they go through these materials, which contain background information about this particular topic during that particular week. And then there are some activities. The tutors, they commit to have 2 live sessions with the learner per week. And during these 2 live sessions, the tutor will help the learner to learn more about the materials, background, to discussing the complex technical concept, and then also discuss the activities. And the activities is a crucial task during that particular week, because it's just combine whatever you learn from that materials and achieve it. And then the tutor also has Q&A sessions in the second sessions during the live sessions, and then that's opportunity to discuss with the tutors in a group. However, if you feel you need to talk to the tutor in one-to-one session, you can book one-to-one session with the tutor to discuss anything relevant to your subject, that particular week. There is another communication channel, which is the discussion panel through the Canvas or VLE, where you can raise your questions, discuss it, and this is an opportunity that everybody can contribute and learn from each other, and the tutor also can support you in terms of answering your queries or questions regarding any issues in particular. Also, by the end of each course, there will be an assignment, and you get feedback from the tutors by the end of each course. The last course, which is the course 4, which is the employer project, there will be also one of the tutors help you to supervise you as a group, working as a group to deliver the employer project, and one of our tutors will act as a supervisors with the employer project. Of course, there are other roles for the industry mentors, but I think DC will mention that in the next questions about what is the role for the industry mentors and others. Thank you, DC.
Exactly. And just to reflect on one of the points that you made that we do encourage is that opportunity of shared learning. You're not alone. There's a group of like peers from all different backgrounds, and there's a question regarding the backgrounds in a moment that I'll get to. But that opportunity of having a one-on-one with one of the tutors from Cambridge ICE, or posting the questions on the forum, enables also that shared learning opportunity to take place, because no doubt other people have got similar questions, or a question that you may not have considered and really benefit from doing so. So it's very much a peer-to-peer learning opportunity as well. But you're right, Dr. Ali, tutors and industry mentors help with academic and practical skills. How do they prepare learners for the real world and data science challenges to be encountered?
Yes, exactly. There is another role. That's the uniqueness of this career accelerator. It's to get the best of the both worlds from the academia and the industry. And from the tutors, you're going to learn the academic side, although some of the academics, they do have industry experience. But also there is another role person. We call them industry mentors. They help you to bring an insight how the industry look at the data science and the problem. And that is really a valuable role where you can learn from these people who are currently working as a data scientist in big companies, and they bring to you how to tackle a problem, how can you present this problem to non-technical people, for managerial, for leadership, and bring to them, they are these people, they don't care about the machine learning, they need to just improve their business. And your role, or it's in the future, it's to help the decision maker to make the right decision based on the data, but they don't want to involve in the technical side. These kind of skills, it's really where the valuable skills, and you can learn it from the industry mentors, especially when you have a problem in the data science. We come across to a point that people should understand the data as a specialist. So I can understand the cybersecurity data, networking, technical, but if you bring to me data about the stock market, I have no idea. I can understand a little bit of the health data, but not the financial data, but not the mortgage. I can't advise people who are working in the economy and the data. I can learn how to deal with the data itself. So remember that there's no such a person can work with any data sets. And that is the uniqueness. And that's why the industry, they will pay you as a person a high salary. But within this course, you're going to learn the skills which enable you to present these data to the managerial level and managers and leadership to improve their business. Thank you, Lisa.
That's a great point. The industry mentor aspect ensures that relevance and currency. As we know, things change very, very quickly, and to have that real industry input regularly ensures that the content is not only up to date, but applicable for industry, as Dr. Ali's outlined. We're going to learn how to present that data and have that impact, but we're also going to learn, if you don't mind, as a little bit of a segue here, Tracy, how to present ourselves for job seeking as well. Are you able to give a quick overview of the benefit of, or the structure of the coaching, and how that may help learners achieve their goals faster?
Absolutely. And as you said before, the great thing about the career coaching and the accelerator is embedded from the start. It's not an afterthought at the end. And it's also very person-centered. No coaching program is the same because no individual is exactly the same. So it's very, very much tailored to what the individual is looking for from the coaching and where they are in their thinking about their career. And there's a number of steps to career coaching. I mean, we look at, first of all, helping an individual understand themselves better so that they can really understand where they want to go, what they enjoy doing, so where they want to go with their career, what's a great first step, but also what's the medium, what's the long term look like, so that they have that plan of action and they know where they're heading to. Also, by understanding themselves, they are able to articulate that to the market so that it's the clarity in their messaging, in their personal branding. And that personal branding is tailored to the audience. So that audience might be internally, or it might be to an external audience if an individual's looking to move. And that external audience could be a fintech startup, or it could be a well-established pharmaceutical company. The messaging will be different, even if the roles are similar. So we help an individual understand their strengths and skills to get their branding and also their market, so they understand their audience. So with that comes the clarity. Once an individual's got that clarity, if they're looking for internal promotion, we work with them on a plan for networking, for shifting their brand, because now they've got this different knowledge. Or it might be externally. So it's how to position themselves with recruiters, how to position themselves with their networks. We talk a lot about networking if you're looking to change roles on this when we do the career coaching. And we're also there to sort of guide to, I always say we sort of walk with individuals to help them, but we also provide a bit of accountability. There's a lot you can do, each of you, to help keep your career momentum going. But sometimes we let our career happen to us. As career coaches, we help you be accountable for your career goals to be able to achieve those goals faster.
I love that. That's a really, really strong point. And I guess, can you share a coaching example of how you've helped to learn and navigate career challenges and how that support contributed to their success?
I'm thinking of who he came from a sort of scientific background, PhD, research scientist, and had a role as a scientist in a biopharmaceutical company, but wanted to move to use data science more. He loves the fields and wanted to move into that area. But his thinking was a lot about what does that role look like, but also how he then changed people's perception of him from a scientist to a data scientist, or more to the point, actually, what we, in terms of his branding, it was the combination of the two that was his superpower. So he had that scientific grounding, but he also had the data science knowledge. So he went from being very confused about what to do next to having real clarity in the sort of role he was looking for. And I think the field of data science, it can mean many different things. So, we do really help an individual work out what they mean by it so that then they can go out to the market. And I also think the market's changing quite a lot. So I encourage the data science learners to be proactive in communicating their brand, in communicating what they're looking for. And this happened with this individual where he used his networks, went out to an organization where they didn't have a specific role. He wasn't looking to go into a box. He had some great conversations with them. And when he messaged me to say he'd got the job, he said, I don't know what my job title is, but I know what I'm doing. And that's the beauty of this course. He helped shape that role. And he now has a great role in a biopharmaceutical company where he is that link between the science. Well, it's three-way, I suppose, the science, the data, and the business.
Which is excellent, and indicative of creating opportunity in some cases where roles aren't even advertised. I'm just going to stay on the coaching for one moment because we innovate in this space. It's, as Tracy's articulated, a true benefit of the Career Accelerator is to receive one-on-one coaching not only throughout, but even post your learning opportunities at the Career Accelerator. But one innovation that you and your team, Tracy, have launched, Sam, if we can go to that slide, is something called Career Sprints. Now, Dr. Ali, you might not, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but Tracy, can you give us an overview of what Career Sprints look like and how will learners benefit from that?
Yeah, absolutely. So the coaching is one-to-one, very person-centered, but we identified there was a need when an individual, if they were looking to move roles, where they understood their brand, they've got their CV, they've got their LinkedIn, and they know they need to take a lot of actions, including a lot of networking actions, but it's a hurdle that can be difficult to overcome if you're not used to it. Once you get used to it, it's quite straightforward. So we decided to run these sprints where we get groups of individuals together, sort of 8-10 individuals together, who were all actively seeking a new role. They've all got the CV, all got the LinkedIn, most of them have got portfolios, and they're ready to take action. And it's really a support group where they help each other, guided by, facilitated by the coaches, but help each other to take those next steps in terms of those networking actions. So they'll practice their elevator pitch, they'll live in sessions send out LinkedIn connections, they'll share stories, inspire each other, and that's the real beauty, I think, of these. It's the encouragement they give each other, because we as coaches, we know these things work. I know networking works. I can talk to you about exactly the steps to take. But when you hear it from a fellow learner that at the beginning of the sessions was just as hesitant as you to actually take action, but they've taken action and they've got an interview, which, by the end of the sessions, they end up getting that job. It's really, really inspiring. So it's very much a support group for people actively looking for a role, but it is very action orientated.
I like that. Concrete outcomes, peer support, and inspiration through achievement as well. Sam, we'll go back to the next slide, because we do have a poll for the audience. We want to know more about how we can help you, and then we're going to get to some of the fantastic questions that are flowing through. So in the poll, we've got some questions there. Which of the following is your biggest challenge in pursuing a career in data or advancing your career in data science? Is it balancing work and studies? Is it building confidence in your technical skills, transitioning from a different field into data science, or understanding your career opportunities? If you can take a moment to click one of them, we would love to understand a little bit more as to how we can best assist, especially on the back of the poll as well. Next, I'm actually going to go to some of the questions, because there's some brilliant questions, and I encourage anyone to add some more. I've left plenty of time for this as well. I was going to answer this one myself, but I think it's only fair that we hear from Cambridge regarding this one. And I have sorted my my Q&A function by the most upvote. So if you want to vote up any other questions, I'll get to them sooner. But someone's asked, and I'll direct this to Dr. Ali, why does the University of Cambridge do this in partnership with Fourth Rev and not on its own? I think it's a great question.
Yeah, it is a great question. Thank you very much. The nature of this course, when we design it, it's to try to bring, as I mentioned, the best of the both worlds, academia and industry. And in order to do that, we have to partnership with a company to do that. And for that reason, we need to learn the learners' experience to get experience from the industry, and Fourth Rev is doing that. That's the Fourth Rev role in terms of engaging the learner with the industry under, of course, our supervision and liaising with us regarding that. Also, the nature of the course is dynamic, and every 3 months you can see we have something new, and we need such a dynamic in the employer project as well. we need to have with them conversation and special arrangement regarding the type of data. And 4threv role is in doing that as well. I hope I have answered the question.
Exactly. And that's our whole business, is providing that bridge between academia and industry, the commercial links that come with that, with the industry partners and projects that you've mentioned, Dr. Ali. And we're a high performance team of thinkers and doers working hard to craft career-focused education that has rapid but lasting impact. And that's our whole business. As I mentioned earlier, the Career Accelerator was started almost 5 years ago now. It's good. I can't believe it's gone that quickly. And we now have 5 career accelerators in market with thousands and thousands of, well, when I say thousands and thousands, literally thousands of graduates achieving their career outcomes. And we've got more to launch on the success of them and this particular program upcoming shortly as well. Thank you for that question. It's one that we don't get all the time, but I think it's a really important one to actually ask and understand the outcome of. Next one. Is it right to say the course is more industry and business orientated rather than technical? No, from my perspective, and Dr. Ali, you can contribute here too if you like. It's highly technical, but it has the added benefit of having the business and industry application of the technical. So it's extremely technical, but it's not just that. It's what employers want. They want the balance of both the technical, but the commercial aspects to the implementation of data for commercial and business impact. Anything you'd like to add there, Dr. Ali, or I'll keep moving?
Yeah, I just would like to add something. Yes, it is technical and the industrial orientation, but when we design it, we are keen to reduce the math. It's not math zero math, but the math could add more complicated and obstacles to the course. So we tried our best to reduce that, but there are coding. Of course, you have an equation to implement, but we help you on that. And the business, of course, data sets and the type of machine learnings. And then but the aim is you learn the business context out of the data.
Exactly. And that's highly beneficial because that's exactly what employers want. Great question again. Someone's mentioned here, Anonymous has said, I started the Python course that was shared by the enrollment advisor and found it daunting and slightly off-putting. Can you please clarify how confident we should be with Python prior to starting the course or doing the test? Is it normal to find this course challenging? Any new language is challenging. Dr. Ali, would you like to give an overview just of the fact that we want to be teaching, I guess, data science and statistics from day one, not the basics of Python, but you don't need to be an expert. It's a learning process that people are going through. And we've had many that haven't had Python skills that have successfully commenced and graduated the program. But what's a minimum requirement look like from your perspective?
The expectation for Python level, it's on the basics intermediate level. And that's when we do the self-assessment, you can notice that's kind of levels. However, the more you learn before you start, and I'm sure 4threv also provide with a course with the Python to help you to improve your skills. But usually within the activity, we will provide you with a code, and then we will ask you to have some amendment. So you're not going to start from scratch. You're going to start from something you already have, but you have to learn how to understand the code and how to modify it to fit your purpose. Thank you.
Exactly. We provide a great deal of support for people needing to brush up on their Python or learn specific aspects of it. But if Sam, I'm not sure if you can grab the link to the latest webinar that we hosted recently on this specific topic. We also not only provide resources to enable people to get that level of Python competency prior to taking the short technical test, but also that we do have a special offer as well, helping people one-on-one with a Python coach. We've only got 20 placements available for that in the lead up to this upcoming presentation, and I'll touch on that a little bit later, but there is some one-on-one learning opportunities available with our Python mentor. Felipe, but we do have a webinar recording specifically on this topic that I hosted just over a week ago, and I've hosted previously, and they're always very popular. Might be better to do the one previous.
Good afternoon.
I had to do the last one on the on the phone when my internet dropped out, but we've got a lot of support available to you, and always, as always, speak with your enrolment advisor. Someone's asked here, and I've got questions for Kazi and Tracy upcoming, but this one's been voted up. Do you have experienced leaders in previous years, and what would you say the value added of the course was for them? We've had all sorts do the program, and I'm just going to read a few statistics out, but also some of the titles of people that have been learning with us. So in previous cohorts, and not looking at any vast amounts of data, this program only started in the first quarter last year. We've enrolled 4 intakes now. This is the 5th. But business management made up 18% of our cohorts. People with backgrounds in data and analytics made up 26, almost 27%. Engineering and technology, all those technical backgrounds, software developers and the like, made up almost 24%. I love it that, and Tracy touched on this, research and scientific backgrounds, PhD learners and the like, senior bioinformaticians and postdoctoral scientists made up 19%, and then we have consultants and advisory making up just on 11. So they're governance leads, change delivery managers. But in the business management realm, if that's what this question is relating to, there's been business managers, owners, CEOs, co-founders, global head of people analytics, ops managers, vice presidents, and the like. So it is broad. In the technical realms, we've had data analysts, obviously many, HR and reporting analysts. We've got business analysts, strategic insights, project coordinator, business analysts, ML ops consultants, and the like undertake the program to either change or advance their existing careers. And then obviously there's the engineering and technology, ML ops consultants, cloud solution architects, engineering, software developers, software engineers, and solutions architects. So it's very broad, and that's part of the beauty of it too. You'll be networking with a very vast range of people from different backgrounds and even different geographies for the benefit of having that shared learning experience and networking for future opportunities for yourself as well. Tracy, whilst people don't have their own individual mentors, the mentors host live sessions for all learners. Do they get their own individual coach? It's a question we've got here.
Yeah, absolutely. You are allocated a career coach at the start of the program, and it's that career coach you work with all the way through, and that's really important. It's a relationship based on trust. You now need to be able to be honest with your career coach, because then you'll be honest with yourself. We're there not just to help with the career goals, but also the developmental side of things. So if there's aspects where you've got your own barriers that you're putting up that is stopping you being successful, we can help unpick those barriers. There might be some developmental coaching, some leadership coaching that you're looking for, as well as career coaching. And we are career coaches and executive coaches, so we can cover both sides. But yeah, absolutely, it's a one-to-one relationship with your coach.
Excellent, thank you. And that's of great benefit and great value for learners. If you were to employ your own executive style coach or executive coach, it would, I don't know the cost, but it would be a lot. Lauren, thank you for your input, and I love this question. It's specific to you, but do you think that this course would be beneficial in health tech? I'm a doctor working towards a master's in computer science. I want to learn to use AI machine learning to interpret health data, create treatment algorithms. I love that. And my straight up answer is absolutely, Lauren. I don't think you could find a better course enabling exactly that. There's all sorts of business case scenarios and real world examples that you'll do throughout the program, some of which have a health concept behind them as well, but the learning outcomes are immediately applicable to exactly that as well. Kazi, I've got a question for your good self. Where was it here? 20 hours a week. How many are distributed on what? So I guess someone's asking here, what's the ratio of synchronous versus asynchronous learning?
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that, Daniel. It's a very good question. And I think it alludes as well to the flexibility and structure that we were talking about earlier. So we do have live sessions with our tutors and mentors in the week. You have got about 2 hours with them in the week. And for the remainder of the week, you are focusing on the asynchronous element. So there is content that you will be going through and your portfolio activities that you will be completing weekly. Now, because of the diverse background of our learners, how the remainder of that 20 hours is distributed will look different for everybody. We've got people that are very busy during the week and maximize on weekends because of the demands in their personal life or their careers. We've got people that work in the evenings. We've got people that focus on the program early mornings or whatever the case may be. So if you're also worried or concerned about how you could structure your commitment to the program and the time that you want to commit to the program, and you're not sure based on your life how you could do this, that's exactly what we're here for, to support you in setting up that structure so that you can see that this is something that will be achievable for you.
Exactly. And I think there was one more for your good self. I might come back to it. I'll get to the ones that have been voted up. Entry requirements of the program. I'll touch on that as well quickly for everyone, and I'll touch on price before people have to go. I just realised there's a few questions regarding the price that I haven't got to through my own fault. Entry requirements are that you've studied a bachelor degree. This is aimed at postgraduate level study, and the bachelor degree needs to contain a quantitative unit of study and at least a year's experience in the use and understanding of data in the workplace. And that can be in many different forms. We've got a whole list of pre-approved roles, but if you've worked in applying data or understanding data sets in business as well, that will meet the requirements, along with that basic and application of Python that you'll need to speak to your enrollment advisor about if you meet that. So just to summarize, bachelor degree with quantitative unit of study, professional experience relating to data and Python, and those basic Python skills, both basic to intermediate Python skills. We can certainly help you with all of them. And if you're not sure, or if you don't have a degree but have a lot of experience, we've got a process with Dr. Ali who will review the application and give it either feedback or approval for if you're not sure. If you meet criteria given your professional experience, but that's managed by your enrollment advisor as well. Next question. Sorry. Do we have provision? Tolope has asked, do we have provision for internship, and can you assist in providing the industries that would give data scientists jobs? What's the cost of the training? I'll come to the cost. But Tracy, we don't have internships at all, but we do have the ability to provide people with the support and skills to look higher than an internship. Is that fair to say, or would you like to elaborate on that for me?
Absolutely. I mean, when we work with individuals, it's identifying what's the right thing for them. Sometimes people look to internships because of lack of confidence, but actually one thing, this course is comprehensive, so that will help give you confidence in the technical side. But also, there's an awful lot of transferable skills that people bring along with them that they don't realise. So it's helping an individual to realise the depth of their transferable skills as well as the technical knowledge they're going to learn. And then it's about finding opportunities to either internally. I've had examples where I've worked with individuals to help find internal projects to practice their skills, to then be seen in it, change their sort of internal branding perception. Maybe external projects that an individual helped with a not-for-profit organisation, helped put stuff on a portfolio, but also gave her the confidence. She ended up getting a new role with a not-for-profit organisation. So there's finding your own, identifying mentors. I know there's industry mentors on the course, but also finding mentors outside in, I was saying the real world, but this is the real world, but you know what I mean. So to help support you that way. So there's lots of different things that we can support you with that will help you then get employer ready, that maybe, and we can help you find internships as well, but I suspect that's not going to be the right route. You probably, when you've got into it, realise you can take that step up.
Exactly. So many questions coming through from the audience, and thank you so much. I'm going to stick around and answer some more. I'm going to go over fees now and payment plans that are available for people. So the fees for the program are £8,395, and that includes the software or licensing subscriptions you'll need with Google Colab and the like. And that also includes both the career coaching. And for those looking to apply for the upcoming April intake that commences on the 22nd of April, there's also the opportunity of obtaining an additional 6 months of one-on-one career coaching, all in that price. There's nothing more to purchase. There is also the opportunity of benefiting from a reduced rate of £500 if you do pay up front prior to commencing the program, or to make it accessible also, which is what we want. We want to have more learners accessing this opportunity and achieving their career goals, as Cambridge's Institute's goal is as well. We offer flexible and interest-free payment plans. These are over a 6-month period where there's no fees and no interest, or we do have extended options available for people as well. One of those options is with an external finance provider in StepX, who also offer a 24-month plan with no interest. There's a £20 application fee for StepX, but there's no interest with that. So you can spread payments, and it's flexible as well. You can pay it off sooner when you achieve your high-paying change of a career or role. You can certainly pay that off sooner with no penalties or the like. So there's 3 options: upfront with a reduced rate, 6 monthly payment plan, or a 24-month payment plan with no additional fees or interest associated with them other than that £20 fee there. Does that present any questions from anyone? If so, I'm happy to stick around and go through that in more depth. I'm going to crack through a few questions because we're slightly running out of time, and there's so many to get to. I'll come back to Darren's in a moment. Are there any pre-course materials and course books? There's a lot that you can do, Parmajit, and I've seen your name a few times, so I'm assuming you may have applied or even answered an SMS this week wanting that offer. So thank you first and foremost. And yes, your enrolment advisor can certainly assist you with that. I'm going to just discuss something in relation to the enrolment advisors as well. Someone's asked here regarding the final project, what kind of companies are offering work on their projects? By when would we learn them, and what kind of projects usually offer? Share past examples. So that's a great question. We've got new employer partners coming on board. One's the largest automotive distributor and retailer globally, and it's a fascinating project with that one using massive amounts of both publicly and privately held data on commercial expansions looking globally, so a very commercially orientated one with more partners to be announced. Bank of England will offer new projects moving forward as well, though not every partner is in every intake. It's a big undertaking from their side as well, and they also sometimes need time to come up with new projects because they don't want to be running just the same one. There's also one of the world's largest retailers coming on board, and a not-for-profit. So there's many different organisations. Because the project's a fair way out, it's the best part of 7 months, 6 to 7 months away. The projects will be announced to the learners on commencing, but they are always providing the value that you expect from the Career Accelerator as well. Excellent question. I'll get through a few more. Is having a business management degree considered proof of quant exposure? Aidan, thank you. It will depend on the units you studied. Drop me a line if you need to regarding that, if you can't or haven't spoken with your enrolment advisor. But if you've done finance, statistics and modules like that, it should be right, but we'd love to help you and check. Kazi, what if we miss to deliver? Or you're answering that one as we go. Well, sorry, I'll ask you, what if they miss or deliver on the projects and the submissions on time?
Thank you, Daniel. I was about to answer that one, conscious of time. So we definitely do make accommodations for this. As we said, life happens sometimes. And though we may know what a deadline is, but we may miss that deadline, we've got the option of resubmissions as well. So we do support you in this. If you do miss a deadline, there is an opportunity to make that submission again without it affecting the outcome of the feedback. So in other words, you are not capped based on that resubmission. So we do give you an opportunity to submit at a later date.
Perfect. Thank you. What opportunities for in-person connection are available for those based in Cambridge or England? There'll be two, I believe, Dr. Ali, there's two events, a networking event and a celebration event that people will be able to attend at Cambridge. Furthermore, though, is that right? Sorry, not is that right? Is that anything you'd like to add to Dr. Ali?
No, I'm just to confirm,
Yep.
the networking event, that's opportunity for the student to come in person, meet you in person, in the building behind me, Madingley. That's 500 years old. Last time the learner, your colleagues enjoyed it, and we spent a very quality time in terms of discussion. So that was Christmas. There will be another one in May, and if you join us, you will have opportunity to visit us, as I mentioned twice during your plus the celebration event.
Exactly, which is fantastic. But for those of you that are concerned that aren't in Cambridge or the UK, there are WhatsApp groups that are organically created for networking purposes. There's a whole section within our learning management environment in which you have that opportunity of networking, and obviously a great number of live events that we will continue to host. For those in the UK, which make up around 80% of our learners so far, there are organic networking opportunities that are established by the learners themselves. They have catch-ups, they have different opportunities to meet each other outside of what Dr. Ali's mentioned as well. I'm conscious of time and there's heaps of questions still to get through, and I thought I finished early. Aidan's asked a couple of questions here, but the last one he asked was, does the final certification have Cambridge on the degree certificate? Yes, it does. The certificate is issued digitally from Cambridge University Institute of Continuing Education. Yes, be in touch. How easy is it to find entry-level machine learning role? I think we've touched on that already. Darren, thank you for your input and your question. It's work, but the work that you undertake in doing so is done so with a very supportive and strategic edge, because you've got the career coach behind you. So I won't say it's easy, but I think studying with Cambridge, studying content that's relevant, and having a career coach behind you makes it a lot easier than if you didn't, and there the value lies. Do we have it possible for a percentage of students from the finance banking background in previous cohorts? We've got individual ones. I don't have the percentages in front of me. We've had 2 cohorts complete thus far, and you'll be seeing on our socials, if you follow us on LinkedIn, especially a number of learners posting about their experience, but also celebrating their career outcomes as well. We'll certainly publish more statistics surrounding that as more alumni finish and achieve their outcomes. But just so everyone's safe in the knowledge that 87.5% of our learners across all of our career accelerators to date have achieved their intended career outcomes within 6 to 12 months of completing, and that is assisted by that option of extending the career coaching as well. I'm going to need to say goodbye to Dr. Ali, who I know is busy. I'm going to stick around and answer more questions for the audience, but want to say thank you, Dr. Ali. Kazi also, and Tracy, if you need to go, I completely understand, but I am going to explain to the audience now also the offer that is available in that extended coaching, and answer obviously some of the other questions if people are going to stick around. Thank you, Dr. Ali and Kazi and Tracy. If you need to go, I much appreciate your time. And for anyone in the audience who does have to leave, thank you so much. The next step for you is to take the next step, which is to apply. And I say apply because if you book a time with your enrolment advisor, if you try and book a time with your enrolment advisor between now and Monday, when the extended coaching offer and the one-on-one Python offer occur, you may not be able to get in with them because they're potentially booked out. So I'm going to open up my calendar next week and I'll be sending you some communications so you can speak directly with me. Or if you do and are confident in submitting your application, do so before the end of the 31st, and you'll still be eligible should we not have sold out of those 20 packages for the Python, but you will be eligible for either additional Python support or absolutely for the extended coaching offer, enabling you to have 6 months of additional one-on-one career coaching as well. So in the chat function, there's a link to apply. If you have a look at the chat function, and we'll keep going with some of the questions as well. For those of you that haven't yet, also a discussion with your enrolment advisor will be required, but we can do that after you apply as well. Right, let's get back to some questions. Do you know the percentage of data science application in the business world? It's likely to saturate anytime soon. I'm not sure that question and how to answer it, but I do know that it's obvious from the statistics that I showed at the commencement of the presentation as well, that I can't think of too many businesses that either don't or won't be thinking of the application of data in their own industries or their own businesses moving forward, and we're seeing it hand over fist across so many industries. So it's safe to say it will only be increasing. Next question. Does the course make one suitable for a candidate for artificial intelligence position in algorithmic trading? Good question, Jason. Possibly. If you're looking for machine learning and AI, you'll certainly get that. And if you can apply the learning to an algorithmic trading platform, then absolutely. Actually, this might be interesting. One of the previous projects with the Bank of England was amazing in the data that was provided to the learners surrounding the 2008 financial crash. And they used that because there's data sets that are both publicly and privately held to work through machine learning algorithms that could predict better that occurring in the future. And the Bank of England, said amazing things about the learner recommendations that were most impressive as well. Someone's asked here, and this is for Kazi, can I make it more intensive and complete earlier? Good on you, Anonymous, for being eager, but why can't we do that, Kazi?
Thank you so much for that, Daniel. It's a very good question. Unfortunately not, cannot make it more intensive and completed earlier. We've got deadlines that run together with the cohort that you are currently with. Also, the release of the study material based on the content that will be covered is strategically being relayed the way that it is for a specific reason as well. Also, what is important is that, for example, with the employer project, based on the skills that you develop in the program, you will then, with the cohort that you are working with, be in teams. So throughout the program, you work with your projects individually, and then you are in teams. We give you a questionnaire where we just get your preference in terms of how you would like to be grouped with, members that are as highly skilled as you, and you work together in teams. So because of the pit stops and the deadlines we have along the way, we are therefore unable to complete it earlier than the deadlines that have been set for us, also to allow for our tutors then that time to be able to give you that feedback and answer any questions as well that you want to develop based on the feedback that you will have received on the projects.
Wonderful. Going back to the Python answer given before, can you please confirm that a level beginner to intermediate is needed to start the course? If so, are we supposed to get all the answers correct in the course and share by what enrolment advisor, or how do we assess our level? If you've spoken with your enrolment advisor and received the Python support courses, what I recommend that you do is submit your application quickly to receive the one-on-one Python support that you'll get from Felipe as well. He will prepare you for the test. The test isn't overly rigorous. It's 13 questions that are not timed, but you can't log out and then log back in. You need to do it in one sitting. 10 of those 13 questions are multiple choice, and 3 are basic coding examples. The webinar that we posted earlier in the Q&A will give you a really, really deep insight into what that looks like. You don't have to get all the answers correct in the preparing courses that we've provided, be it Kaggle or Data Camp or whoever it is that we've provided you with, but you will need an 80% pass mark in the final technical test, which 90% of our learners achieve. Aidan's asked here, what's this one? Do you have any statistics on the pivot/successful change in degree after attending the course? I'm a business consultant who's looking into furthering my skills and wanting to understand how marketable this course would make someone. I think you meant career, but if it is degree, I'm not sure. But as a consultant, we've got numerous examples of consultants doing the program and leveraging that to attract either customers or improve their consulting work. Some of what you'll do, you'll become a machine learning expert throughout the program. It provides wow moments for people that may not be as technically minded as you will be, but also in the way that you present that to them and the data moving forward, it will certainly set you apart from other consultants as well in business consulting. So data is critical for business, as we know. So if you're a consultant, I think not only will you attract more customers, but delight the ones that you have further attracted more through the work that you do. Aidan, sorry, it's a quick answer, but I think it's perfect for exactly that. And congratulations for looking into it for yourself too. It's a real growth area for consultants, as I mentioned previously, with some of those that have already undertaken or are undertaking the course as well. Tracy, I'm not sure about this one. Tracy had to go. Someone's asked here, have students transitioned into AI data governance or policy? Is the program beneficial for those pursuing a career in policy? Ethics in data is certainly a part of the program, which influences policy many times, as does the future of data science. So looking at policy when you're studying something that is, say, somewhat mature in its age of content isn't going to necessarily help a great deal with the pace of change that we're embarking on. As Ali outlined earlier, and with an industry mentor by your side, it's going to be up to the minute relevant for industry and for skills that policy requires and expects as well, because it does change so quickly. I've got a couple more questions that I'm going to reach out individually to answer. I'm sorry that we've run out of time, but I'm going to wrap it up by just explaining the extended career coaching that's also on the screen. Apply for the April intake for the Cambridge Career Accelerator by Monday, and you'll unlock those 6 additional months. I can't explain how valuable this is for people. So many of our learners, when they complete the program and we survey them, say not only were they, well, the number one thing that they're most happy about is the relevance of the content and the industry input into the content with Cambridge. And then secondly, it's always the coaching. Sometimes it's a bit of a surprise. I hope it's not a surprise for you now that we've gone over it so much, but the coaching is that valuable for learners to look at your transferable skills, to highlight to employers, to highlight, showcase your new skills, to position your resume and LinkedIn profiles for things like web scraping now that are so important, but also those career sprints that we went over. There's so much value in 6 additional months of career coaching. It's going to unlock an amazing amount of value for you. If you can't book a time with your enrolment advisor, please do submit your application. It's only a case of uploading your CV, your academic transcripts, and your ID. We'll look after the rest and be in touch with you with a time to discuss any of the additional questions that you may have and process your application thereafter as well. I think that's going to be it, other than to say a big thank you to Sam in the background and Kazi. And lastly, for everyone still here, of which there's numerous of you, good on you for taking the step of attending today. You've done yourself a favour by educating yourself furthermore around the supports that are available to you. Next is to take the step. I'm going to ask one question for the many that are still here. I'm going to ask you a question that you need to be asking yourself at this point. Ask yourself this question: if I had my time over again, so the last 12 months, what would I do differently? And if your answer is nothing, that's great. Ask yourself this question with a view of 12 months' time. So in 12 months' time, if you asked yourself the same question, if I had the last 12 months over again, what would I do differently? Is it that you would invest in yourself with new skills or advance your skills to obtain your data science career outcome? the answer is yes to that, or you think it would be yes to that in 12 months' time, the answers are the next steps are obvious for you. You have an amazing amount of support behind you from Kazi, from the coach, from the whole coaching team and the whole team at Cambridge, along with your enrolment advisors in this decision-making process. So rest assured that you've got teams behind you wanting and supporting you in your success. It is our intent to not only welcome you, to support you, but truly celebrate your career success as we do with all of our learners. Thank you, Sam, and thank you so much, Kazi. Your insights are amazing in the support that you offer. Sam, if you can, I don't know who's asked the questions actually, but I might put it around on SMS if I can answer some of those other questions that are still hanging. I don't like leaving questions, but I have run out of time. I apologise. Thank you all. Take your next step. Commit to yourself. Talk to those around you that may be impacted by the need for you to commit to additional studies and hours over the next 7 or 8 months. But explain to them also the pride that will come with studying at Cambridge and achieving your career outcome in data science. That's what it's all about. Have a great day and thank you all.